A sparky fleet of fire led to life. The control of fire was the first and perhaps greatest of humanity's steps toward a life-enhancing technology. To ordinary fire was a divine gift randomly delivered in the form of a lightning, forest fire, or burning lava, unable to make flame for themselves. The earliest peoples probably stored fire by keeping slow-burning logs alight or by carrying charcoal in pots. How and where man learned how to produce flame at will is unknown. It was probably a secondary invention accidentally made during tool-making operations with wood or stone. Studies of primitive societies suggest that the earliest method of making fire was through friction. European peasants would insert a wooden drill in a round hole and rotate it briskly between their bounds. The process could be speeded up by wrapping a cord around the drill and pulling on each end. The ancient Greeks used lenses or concave mirrors to concentrate the sun's rays, and burning glasses were also used by Mexican, Aztecs, and the Chinese. Percussion method of fire lightning date back to Paleolithic time, when some Stone Age tool makers discovered that clipping flames produced sparks. The technique became more efficient after the discovery of iron about 5,000 years ago. In Arctic North America, the Eskimos produced a slow-burning spark by striking quartz against iron pyrites, a compound that contains sulfur. The Chinese lit their fire by striking porcelain with bamboo. In Europe, the combination of steel, flint, and tinder remained the main method of fire lighting. Until the mid-19th century, fire lighting was revolutionized by the discovery of phosphorus, isolated in 1669 by a German alchemist trying to transmute silver into gold. Impressed by the element's combustibility, several 17th century chemists used it to manufacture fire lighting devices, but the results were dangerously inflammable, with phosphorus costing the equivalent several £100 per ounce. The first matches were expensive. The quest for a practical match really began after 1781, when a group of French chemists came up with the phosphoric candle, or vernal match. A seated glass tube contains a twist of paper tipped with phosphorus. When the tube was broken, air rushed in, causing the phosphorus to self-combust. An even more hazardous device popular in America was the instantaneous light box, a bottle filled with sulfuric acid into which splints treated with chemicals were dipped. The first match, resembling those used today, were made in 1827 by John Walker, an English pharmacist who borrowed a formula from a military rocket maker called Converse. Costing a shilling a box, conjures were splints coated with sulfur and tipped with potassium chloride. To light them, the user drew them quickly through folder glass paper. Walker never patented his invention, and 3 years later it was copied by a Samuel Jones, who marketed his product as Lucifer's. About the same time, a French chemistry student called Charles Sauria produced the first streak anywhere match by substituting where phosphorus for the potassium chloride in the Walker formula. However, since white phosphorus is a deadly poison, from 1845 matchmakers exposed to its fumes succumbed to narcosis, a disease that eats away jawbones. It wasn't until 1906 that the substance was eventually banned. That was 62 years later. A Swedish chemist called Pash had discovered non-toxic red amorphous phosphorus, a development exploited commercially by Pash's compatriot J.F. Lundastrom. In 1895, Lundastrom safety matches were safe, big